Well, I got the starter out of that Honda. I'm not sure what it is now. I think it's a CA160 with a CA95. In other words, instead of 160 cc's, it's 150. And the starter motor seems to be totally dead. It's a 6-volt starter motor. And I put the plus lead here. And with the minus lead from the battery, I try and touch anywhere on ground, and I get nothing. Absolutely dead. So either the brushes are just totally not touching the commutator, or there's a broken wire in there, or something of that nature. All right, so what we got here is two bolts that hold this end on, it looks like, and 2 bolts that hold this end on. I thought there was bolts that went all the way through, but I don't know. I thought this was going to be easy, just a couple of screwdrivers and maybe a crescent wrench. But guess what? It's not going to be easy. All right. That one's loose. See if we can do the same to this one. Yep. Get the right tool and you can accomplish anything, right? There's several YouTube videos out there telling how to rebuild these things. They're all 12-volt ones though, and this is a 6-volt. So, I don't know if they're the same or not. You know, the other thing I forgot, I need a O-ring pliers there. Let's see about this one. What do you think? Is it an 8? It is an 8. All right. I think I got a 10 on there right now. I'm going to have to make another trip up to the toolbox to get me a clip ring pliers. But let's see if we can get these off. Yep, that works like a champ. Works so easy when you got the right tool, doesn't it? I don't know if the starter is totally toast or not. I got a feeling it's just a dirty commutator. Those go all the way through. the brushes are down at this end. I'm not sure though. Might not be. All right, that's all. It should take something off of there. Yep. That's the gears. But nothing is trying to happen when I put electricity to it. So, I think it's on this end. All right, those. And I probably don't have a small enough screwdriver to disconnect those. I think, is there... That screw just don't want to come out of there. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's tied to the... Let's see where this comes off. All right. Well, neither the commutator nor the brushes look to be in real bad shape, except one of them is stuck out. You know what? There's a band around here that covers those slots up. And I bet if I take this screw out, I can get that band off. What do you think? Guess and go, one or the other. All right. So that should just come totally off now, which it does. And then we could take that totally off, and we can try and figure out why this brush is not going through. Let's get that up and out of the way. Well, that's the little spring that holds it out, keeps it tight against the commutator. That is the commutator there. Get this out of the way. Okay. Now let me try again to get this brush back in there. It don't want to go. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get a different screwdriver. I guess they've been in there 50 or 60 years, haven't they? I don't think that's gonna work. Let's try this one. That one came loose finally. Let's see what we can do with this one now. Yep, that one too. That's not the one I wanted to do. Well, I don't know if I'm getting out of your field of view here. All right, that one seems to be moving okay now. Let's see if we can get a screw in it. A little tiny screw. With my big fat hands. Well, this is not going to be easy. I don't think. Well, I got a little magnetism here, but I gotta get that washer a little tiny washer on the little tiny screw, and then get the 2 little tiny holes lined up so I can fasten that lead from the brush down to the post where it will pick up its electricity. But it doesn't seem to want to do that. So I need to make sure that this thing wants to stay where it's supposed to be. And I don't know how to do that. And this might just be the most frustrating job I've done in a while. Let's see. There's no good way for me to hold that down, I don't think. Yeah, as soon as I touch it with the magnetized screwdriver, it moves out of where it's supposed to be. And if I don't use the magnetized screwdriver, I can't get it in there. Let me try once more. Want something a little different. I got it. That's one. Let me see something. Is it shorting to anything it shouldn't? It doesn't appear to be. All right, 70 foot-pounds is what I said, right? That's about equal to 3 Ooga-Doogas. All right, so this is the brushes. This brush right here was sticking in. It wasn't contacting the commutator, which is this thing right here. This brush was moving, and I took this one out, took the screw off over here after that screw right there, pulled it out, and then cleaned inside of there and all around the brush so that it moves in and out freely now. Hopefully you can see that. Well, you probably can't. There it is, moving freely. This little spring over here is what pops it back out and keeps tension against the commutator. This one over here was moving freely to start out with, so I'm not going to do much with it. All right, I cleaned the commutator with a lint-free cloth here, and I cleaned the bearing surfaces, or actually it's just a brass fitting there that goes in there. This goes around the outside of the commutator, or the brushes here, to keep moisture and dirt and stuff out of them. So we'll have to put that on after we get this all back together. All right. Now, to hold the brushes out while I put this in so that they slide over this commutator, I think we can just bring them all the way back and I think the little spring will end up holding them out, and then I'll show you that when I get it done. Well, I have no idea if you can see this or not. But I'm going to attach the wire from the second brush to the coil, the field coils, if I can. Wish me luck. Might have it almost started there. I think I do. What did I say that was? 3 ugga-duggas? Ugga-dugga, ugga-dugga, ugga-dugga. There you go. Now, if we can get this back in, to here, and I think there may be, is there, yep, there's a little nub that fits into a notch to show you're in the right place. Okay. Now, if those brushes are still out, which they are, this should go in fairly easily. And the little nub should go in the little notch. Right under that black mark down there, there's a little nub, and it goes into that little notch right there. If I can do it, but I need both hands, and I'm going to shut you off until I get her done. Well, I finally got it back together. The brushes are in place, and the screws are in that hold everything together. We've got 6 volts attached right here. We got a ground right here. And guess what? She now works. So, after carrying half my garage in here in the house where it's warm, all my tools, I kept having to go back for more tools. I still got one more thing to put on, and that's the band that goes around here and protects the brushes from dirt and grime and water and so on. So I'll get that on, and we'll install this on the bike tomorrow, and we'll see if it'll turn it over. So, thanks for watching. This is the old guy signing off. Have a good one. Have a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you before then.